So my name is Stephanie Cartwright. I'm the Director of Organisational Development and HR for Dudley CCG, and for the past 4 years I've been the Programme Director for the Vanguard. So what I've learned throughout the last 4 years by leading the Vanguard programme is about the importance of developing relationships for large-scale transformational change. At the beginning of the journey, we set something up called the Partnership Board, which included all of the senior representatives from all of the organisations in the system, and they've been overseeing the implementation of the MCP and the Vanguard programme for the 3 years of the Vanguard programme, and they will be continuing moving forward. One of the things that's most important about that is about the relationships that are in place across the system. That has involved a methodology called developing teams without walls. So regardless of which organisation an employee works for, they work together as multidisciplinary teams in every single GP practice across the borough to work together for the benefits of patient care, improving outcomes for those patients, and also improving the working lives and morale of the staff that are working as part of those MDTs. What's also been really, really important is to do the large-scale change that the MCP is to overcome problems and issues that will arise along the way. So the last 4 years haven't been the easiest of journeys, and we have come across many different issues that have arisen, particularly across organisations. But what we've learned is that you need to tackle those problems and discuss them out, openly within a room, be honest with each other. Trust is incredibly important, and when you haven't got trust between people and organisations, then people become suspicious, and it can break down progress with regards to transformational change. So we've put a lot of time and effort into particularly the OD programme that supports the implementation of the Vanguard to ensure that all of that, the important work around trust and relationships, is given the time and dedication that it needs. If I was going to advise people who are going to embark on this journey, I would tell them to be prepared that it takes time, and relationships don't come straight away. Trust doesn't come straight away, it has to be earned. So give it time to develop those relationships and understand the importance of working together properly and maturely to achieve the change that we need to. The other thing I would say is to not underestimate the amount of OD that is needed to do something like this. So it's not something that really can just come off the shelf, it has to be embedded within the system. That's something that we've done, is made sure that we have embedded it in the system. Also realise that actually it takes time for people to come onto the same page. Change affects people in different ways, and people will react in different ways, and people sometimes need more time than others to come to the table to actually be ready to move things on. That needs to be respected and given the time that it deserves. So one of the things that we did before we even embarked on contracting for the MCP was spend a lot of time developing the relationships across the system, and that involved developing a methodology called Teams Without Walls, in which people came together across the system, people who work for different organisations but work as a team without walls, without any of the organisational boundaries that can stifle team working, and gave them the opportunity to work together as one team. And we set those up in every single GP practice across the borough.